I'm Christina from Bookworm Dreams and welcome to a new video. So as you can see, I'm doing a little birthday book haul today. So there are only 3 books that I actually got as gifts, and I just kind of bought everything else for myself because I thought I deserved it, because I've been working really hard this year and it's been very long hours. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you hopefully quickly because there's a lot of it, so I'll just try to move fast. So let's start with one of my favorite things that I bought for myself, and that is Burn For Me by Ilona Andrews. This is the first book in the Hidden Legacy series. I think this is also the first book by Ilona Andrews that I've read, and I absolutely love it. So this is the story about Nevada Baylor, who is a detective, and she kind of, solves crimes around, oh my god, what is the city? Maybe it's Seattle, I'm not sure. But anyways, she also has some magical powers, and we also have Rogan, who is this also person with abilities, and kind of they, get into some fights, and I just love their relationship, and just the entirety of the first batch of the series. The first 3 books are awesome. So yeah, definitely I would totally recommend somebody read this finally, because I haven't seen anybody reading this, and these urban fantasies are so good. So please, Ilona Andrews. Next I have well, I don't know. So this is A New Dawn by AJ Penn. So let me explain. When I was young, we had The Tribe on TV. This is a New Zealand TV show about teenagers who kind of live in a world where there are no adults because a virus killed all the adults. And it is just my favorite show of all times, and I love it to pieces. And there's like 3 books about the show, and I finally, took the plunge and bought myself the continuation of season 5, because season 5 kind of ended without really endings. It really like set the tone for the 6th season, and that never happened. So I just bought myself, like this, because I love it, and I'm really happy that I have this. So yeah. Then I bought something maybe unusual for me, and that is The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin. Also, look at the cover. I absolutely adore it. It's so gorgeous. So all I know is this is the story about 2 strangers who kind of find themselves on a long and torturous and dangerous journey across the ice, and kind of they discover stuff about each other along the way. That's all it says on like the back. And I know I was recommended by a friend to read this, so I kind of took the plunge and also bought this. Then I have some middle grades. First is Book of Dust Volume 2, The Secret Commonwealth. So this is the next story in Philip Pullman's oh my gosh, I don't even know what the universe is called. But anyways, this is the story about Lyra, who is now, I think, in her like early school years, and her animal companion Pan, and they're kind of, almost like on the fence with each other, and they're not getting along, but something happens, and like they have to, again, discover stuff. And I think it should be fun, but like it's gigantic. So like Philip Pullman stopped writing such big books. Like, why? The first trilogy was so good, and it had like a lot less pages. But anyways, Book of Dust. Then I have Race to the Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, and I am reading this with Shannon from That's So Poe in November, and I just bought it because I'm reading it with her. I saw it in the bookstore and just bought it. So this is a Navajo-inspired story about a girl who has the ability to see monsters that are cloaked as humans, and then her father disappears and she goes on an adventure with her brother and her friend to kind of rescue her father. And that's all I know, but it sounds really fun. Snoopy, stop it. Then I finally got Holopox by Jessica Townsend. This is the third book in the Morgan Crow series. No, it's not. I don't remember what the series is. Nevermore series, yes. But this is the story. The first book deals with Morgan Crow, who is 11 years old at the time. That is, it is the eve of her 11th birthday, and she is supposed to die, but Jupiter North comes and whisks her away to this other land where she has powers and where she goes to magical school, and there's just a lot of fun stuff happening. And in this third book we are dealing actually quite, you know, appropriately for the past 2 years with a virus raging amongst the animal pets that are in this other world. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this, so I'm really happy I have it. Then I have a comic, and that is Amulet by Kazu Kibuishi. This is volume 2, The Stonekeeper's Curse. So I have volume 1 and I plan on getting all of the 8 volumes. But basically this is one of my favorite middle grades. It's a story about a boy and a girl whose mother gets kind of kidnapped and whisked to another world, and they go there to rescue her. But while they're there, they have a lot of adventures. They find a lot of cute characters, you know, like talking animals. There's like this cute little robotic thing, and they find out they're actually, you know, destined to be something in that world, and it's really cute. The illustrations are absolutely gorgeous. There's like always, oh gosh, maybe I can find it. There's always like this one big illustration like over both pages, see? And there's like a couple throughout the comic, and they're gorgeous. Some of them are basically so pretty. I would put them like in a frame and put it on my wall because they're gorgeous. So yeah, Amulet. And finally we get to, I guess, YA fantasy. And first off, I have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. So this is the story of Alex Stern, who is a freshman at Yale, and she kind of gets involved into secret societies, and as she is there, a murder happens, and she's the only one that is kind of willing to delve deeper into what happened there, and you know, some strange things happen, and that's all I know. But I really like Leigh Bardugo's writing, and I'm hoping I'll like this one. Then I have Mr. Impossible by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the second book in the Dreamers trilogy, so that is like a spin-off from the Raven Boys, and in these books we follow Rowan as he kind of, you know, learns more about his gift, and there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of new people are introduced, and it's just useless to tell you anything if you have not read Raven Boys or the first book in the Dreamers trilogy, because everything is a spoiler. So I'm just saying I bought the sequel. And lastly, I'm going to show you book by book because they're so pretty. They need to be, you know, held, like be held individually, and that is City of Brass, Kingdom of Copper, and finally Empire of Gold. So these 3 books were bought for me by Maya and a couple of other friends for my birthday, and I can't say like enough of a thank you for these books, because it is gonna, you know, force me to read Empire of Gold. I am already rereading the first book. I will reread the second, and then I will finally end the third, because I love this series. The first time around I read it, upon reread, I love it equally, and I just can't wait. I know the second book is amongst the two that I read my favorite one so far, so I'm really like itching to finish this and get to the second book. So this is an Arabian inspired story where we have Narish, who is in Cairo and accidentally summons a jinn who kind of happens to be 1400 years old, and he whisks her off to Daevabad, which is like a hidden secret city of the jinn, and there's a lot of jinn tribes and a lot of history there, and it's really really interesting. And this one focuses more on their journey and going there. It's really basically like a setup for the other books, but it's interesting enough and gives you enough you know, like foreshadowing of future events and hints of what has happened in the past to keep you interested and want you to read more of the book, because it's a really complex world. Although I read it already, I was confused by some of the characters upon reread. But as you go along, you understand who they are, and it's just wonderful, and I'm just itching to just go forward with this. Okay, so that is it. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you've read these books, if you plan on reading them, if you think I like them, if I won't like them. Press the bell button if you want to get notifications whenever we post videos. There are important links down below in the description box. Shannon is also linked down there, so please go check her out. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in our next video. Bye!